For our lateral surface area, it's pretty much the same thing as the area of composite figures. This means that I'm finding the area of all sides of my three-dimensional shape except for my basis. So the area of all sides except for the basis. Okay? And let me actually capitalize that because that is the most important thing about that. The total surface area would be the area of everything, including my basis. And I can capitalize that as well. Okay, so go ahead and pause right now so that you can go ahead and get these two definitions down, and then we will be moving on to some examples. So for example number 1, I gave you a triangular prism. And the reason that I know this is a triangular prism is because my bases are these triangles right here. Now this is what it looks like as a three-dimensional shape, but if I open it up to view its net, this is what it looks like. This is what it would look like if I destroyed this and opened it up completely. Okay? Now to find the total surface area, that means I'm going to be finding the area of all of these sides and then adding them together. To find the lateral surface area means that I'm going to find the area of all of these sides except for the basis. So the very first thing that I want y'all to do each time is go ahead and shade in your basis. That way we don't make any silly mistakes. Since this is a triangular base, y'all might get tricked. You're like, oh, this rectangle's in the bottom. But no, that is not my base. The base is going to be the triangle because that's the name of my shape, triangular base. So I'm going to go ahead and shade in these bases so that I don't forget that. So first let's find the area of that base. Now the area of a triangle, 1/2 times base times height. Now this is just for my triangle. So I'm going to draw that triangle again so that I do not get tricked. I know this side is 4 centimeters, this side is 7, and then it tells me that this is 6. Okay? What is the base of this triangle? Not the prism, I'm just talking about my triangle. I know the base is the bottom of it, which would actually be this 4. And then the height of this triangle is how tall it is, and this arrow right here shows me that it is 6 centimeters tall. And then I would need to solve that. So if I do 1/2 times 4, I'm cutting that in half, that's 2. I multiply that times 6. I know that my triangle's base, or that my triangle's area is 12. So let me go ahead and write that on there. This is 12. And in case you need to see it opened up, we figured out those areas right there. Now I need to start solving for the areas of my sides. So I can start with this rectangle right here. I see that for rectangles, my area is base times height. I see the base right here is 12. And then the height of these rectangles, I know this one's the same, would be 4. And then I would multiply that. 12 times 4 gives me 48. And I know that that's for this rectangle. And this rectangle is also the same. And this rectangle is also the same. So all of those have an area of 48. Okay? Then we need to pay very close attention. If the question was asking me for lateral surface area, that means that I'm just going to be finding the area of my sides. I will not need the area of my basis. So that means that I would do 48 times 3 to figure out my lateral surface area because I have 3 of those, which gives us 144. This is my lateral surface area because it does not include the basis. Now if the question was asking me for the total surface area, it would be those and then my 2 bases, which were those 2 triangles. So that would be 12 and 12, which equals 24. And then when I add those, it gives me 168. So that would be my total surface area. So we have lateral surface area, that meant I just wanted the sides, or my total surface area wanted the area of everything combined. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do our next example. Can be this rectangular prism. And right there I gave you a hint. Rectangular prism means that this base right here is my base. That helps me know if I need my area for that. Now if I open up this prism, actually I'm going to leave it like this, that way you can start visualizing it. So if I ask you for the lateral surface area, that means I need the area of all sides, and then if I ask you for the total surface area, I need the lateral surface area, I need the area of everything except for the bases. So this one's pretty easy because all of my formulas will be base times height. The reason why I'm separating these is because I see I have my two bases, so that's this right here, and if I draw that, that measured 16 and 9. Then I also have these sides right here, which measures 4 and 9. And then the last sides that I have are the ones that are right here, which that is 16 and 4. Okay. And then I have two of them because I have two on each side. So let's go ahead and find those areas. Okay, we should have multiplied 16 times 9. Which gave us 144, but because we have two sides, then I would count that twice. Okay, then we would have done the same thing here. And I have two sides of those, so I would count those twice. And then same over here. And I would count that twice. Alrighty, I've gotten all of my areas. We have to be very careful. If it's asking me for total surface area, I would just need to add all of those. And I can do that. 288 plus 72 plus 128. This would be my total because it was all sides. Now if it were asking me for lateral surface areas, I would need all of them except for my bases. Now we already covered this. My bases are these right here, which were the ones that measured 16 by 9. So I would not care about that one. I would only care about the other two. So if I want just the lateral surface area, I would be adding 128 and 72. And that would be my lateral surface area because it's only my sides without the bases. What you'll notice is that total is always the larger one because it includes everything, and lateral should be the smaller one. Okay. The last example we're going to be doing is with our circles. With circles, there's actually a formula, and I need you to go ahead and write it down, please. And it's this one. Okay. So I said all we're doing is filling it in. I have 2. The number for pi is 3.14 approximately. This right here I know is my radius because it's only halfway across the circle. And then this height is talking about the height of my cylinder, which is this piece right here. And then I would have 2 again times pi, which was 3.14. So let me actually fill that in there, sorry. And then it wants my radius squared because that's how I found the area of the circle. Okay, so first I'll have to solve my multiplication on this side and this side, and then I can add those two. So we can start off with this. I know that pi times 2 gives me 6.28, and then I would need to multiply that with 8 and 15. Go ahead and solve that, please. Should have gotten 753.6. The next step will be over here Do not forget that 8 squared means you're squaring that number by itself. So go ahead and solve this entire side, please. And you should have gotten 401.92. Okay. Go ahead and give me your answer for lateral surface area. Now the lateral surface area is everything except for the basis, so that means I would just want this, which means that I would not need this piece. This is the formula for the area. So that means my lateral surface area would be this part over here. Go ahead and give me your total surface area. For total surface area, you would need to add everything together, your basis and your sides. And give me that final answer, please. You should have gotten 1,155.52.